Hello guys, welcome back to Fun with Fallen Flags number 4. This is going to discuss the Boreas Pass Railroad Days, which happens in Como, Colorado in usually August of the year. It's happened a couple of times. This is actually the first time that I've been there. There was a lot of turnout. It was actually really kind of cool to see that many people showing up for this event. The event is essentially a resurgence of Como, Colorado. The roundhouse used to just be closed. There wasn't a turntable. There was no track there. There was a piece of a tender, a side of a tender, that was leaning up on a post next to the back of the roundhouse. It's very different now. If you haven't been up there, certainly to an event where they're actually going to run an engine. So they've added quite a bit of stuff. It's still in the early stages, but it's definitely worth checking out. There is a steam engine called Klondike Kate. It's number 4. It is housed in the roundhouse, but it does come out onto a newly reconstructed turntable. The turntable pit has been cleaned up, and it's got concrete around the sides. There's a couple of tracks that go into the roundhouse, and there's one track that goes from the turntable over to the depot and the railroad hotel. They have added a switch, and I'll put some pictures of the switch up. And another track that goes down behind the behind the roundhouse. And they are actively laying track at this location. In fact, if you are headed towards the roundhouse from Highway 285, as you get close, you'll see piles of railroad ties that are on the back side of the roundhouse, and they're using this. I believe there's another event going to happen before winter. Just an FYI, Como, Colorado used to be a division point for the Colorado and Southern, and it's on the south side of Boreas Pass. It's not really a Jeep trail. It's actually a trail that you could take a normal vehicle, as long as there's good weather. You could take a regular vehicle up and north. It will drop down into Breckenridge, Colorado, which is a big ski area here. Boreas is the Greek god of north wind and winter. So that gives you an idea of what it's like here. I've spoken to the one of the proprietors of the railroad hotel, and he was telling me about how much snow they got, and it's insane how much snow that they get up there. The roundhouse is a national registered historical place, and it is I believe it's 5 stalls, and there is some equipment inside the roundhouse. There's some engine pits that were used to work on the engines. They're a little rough. They're, again, still in the early stages of cleaning things up and laying track and things like that, but they're actually laying track at this location, and the engine is powered, does come out of the roundhouse, does get on the turntable, and will roll back and forth hauling some of the equipment that they have. They have a few gondolas there, and they're adding equipment. I believe they got one of the gondolas on lease from a town down by Pikes Peak, and I can't remember if it was Cripple Creek or Florence, but anyway, they do have a few pieces of equipment out there. So I will throw a few pictures up of some stuff that they've got as of the Boreas Pass 2018 event. But in addition to that, there's also, other than the Roundhouse and the Depot, there's the South Park Hotel and Eating House, also a registered place. There's a cemetery there. There's a bunch of Victorian style houses that are all colorfully painted. There's a Catholic church there. There's some cabins. If you go over Boreas Pass at the very top, there's some remains of the section house that they had. Actually, I think the section house is replaced, but some of the track features, there's some old foundations up there of some buildings that were next to that, and they have a couple of cars that are restored from the Colorado and Southern that are sitting at the top. So I'll throw a few pictures up, and you guys can take a look at some of the equipment that was up there. At the end of this, I'll throw a picture or a link to the Fine Art America is the name of the website, and it has some pictures that I took, because I'm not going to throw every single picture that I threw up there, but I'll give you an idea, and if you want to see more of them, you can go there too. Anyway, I hope you appreciate some of the photos, and if you are in town, definitely check it out. It's a steam engine, and it's not that far from Denver, so you don't have to drive all the way to Durango or all the way down to Chama, New Mexico, to see some equipment and operating steam engine. So thanks for viewing, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.
Okay, here we go. Watch your step again.
One more time.
You guys are doing a good job. Look at that. Look how strong you are. You're turning the whole locomotive all by yourself.
Do the horn.
See, Christian's got it all wrong. When I did it, I let them push, and I just kind of stood there and made sure to stop.
You got another one. Watch your step.
You out of here? Well, I'll be right.
That thing must be balanced perfectly.
Well, that's it for this episode. You have successfully watched Klondike Kate make 3 complete revolutions on the turntable. My son was with me. We were sitting on the back of it, and he really enjoyed it. We met the engineer. He was very cool, and my son had a blast. So he's not really into trains yet, but I think there could be a hope for the future. So make sure you involve those around you that you think may not want to be participating in model railroading or even just rail fanning in general, because you never know where that spark is going to hit. See you guys next week.